Humanity's first impression on the galaxy was less than favorable. Humans had long speculated about first contact with ET intelligence. For too long. When the subject of what to send as their first message came up, humanity decided on all of the above. FTL communications was extremely limited, the equivalent of sending messages by telegraph. It was possible to send or receive at any given time, but not both. Before their initial message, humans had no way to know the speed of its transmission through space, nor of its effective range. They first listened before they transmitted, but an undiscovered failure in the receiving system caused them to only hear dead air. This resulted in their initial missive being overly verbose. Eventually, they discovered the failure and paused to correct it. Immediately, humans were flooded with messages to get off the damn air unless you have something useful to say. Turned out that FTLC had a limited omnidirectional range on a galactic scale, but had very little delay within that range. Humans had intentionally swamped local interstellar communications, and introduced the galaxy to the concept of a denial-of-service attack. This won humans few friends, but without FTL travel, FTLC was little more than interstellar gossip. Determined to undo their first impression, humans spent the next period of time listening far more than sending. They typically only responded to direct questions, and as tersely as possible at that. With galactic communications being inherently limited by range to isolated local pockets, each region developed independent and incompatible systems. So a species on the edge of two different regions would be forced to communicate with each separately using radically different techniques. Communications within each region were reasonably quick, but sending messages to, or getting news from, any distance outside the local region was difficult and rarely reliable. So calling it the galactic community was stretching things, to put it mildly. That is, until the humans felt ready to start again. Unbeknownst to the wider galactic community, humans had been working frantically on playing catch-up to improve their understanding of FTLC. They wanted to be thoroughly prepared to jump to the next level once they had paid their dues for their initial mistake. Humanity's tentative query of, "Our apologies. May we be allowed to join the higher communication channels?" was met by, "What higher communication channels?" Contrary to their first impression on the local region, humans proved to be neither insensitive jerks nor unskilled in communicating. It is now widely accepted that the only way to stop a human from communicating is to kill them. Even that limit has been thrown into doubt once the term Ouija board leaked off Terra. Once they realized they were not locked out of higher-level FTLC by the locals, humans rapidly adapted their existing communications protocols into an incredibly flexible and rapid system. Protocols designed to be robust and flexible enough to survive a major nuclear war turned out to be ideal for the FTLC environment. And encryption methods descended onto a field more similar to ham radio operators yakking at each other than anything humans considered modern. Once the locals realized the humans were serious and started examining their claims and suggestions, everything changed. Thus began the second galactic renaissance, with the first being the discovery of FTLC itself. Starting among a patchwork of mostly isolated systems, humanity knitted together a staggeringly universal and efficient system. The Milky Way Communications Protocol became universally accepted, and the term galactic community quickly turned from a joke into a real day-to-day experience. Soon afterwards, humans overcame their mental blind spot to begin true communications with the other Terran species. They quickly turned the differing perspectives into something the rest of the galaxy could only view with awe. Humans combined their knowledge of science and adeptness at experimentation with the hopelessly academic theories of the dolphins. With just fins and mouths for manipulation and no tools, let alone an industrial base, dolphins had no practical experiments to guide them. Until the humans made useful contact. Human society so quickly integrated the other intelligent Terran species that a multi-species government became a necessity. Thus was born the United Sentience of Earth. The breakthrough that refocused the galaxy's attention to Terra came when the humans and dolphins realized that the philosophical musings of the whales concealed extremely advanced mathematical concepts. The second galactic renaissance had only fairly begun when the humans had took point in introducing practical FTL travel to the galaxy. Disbelief was shattered as the first Terran ships arrived in their neighbors' skies. The indiscriminate release of FTLT by the humans threw the galactic community into panic. Not fear of the humans, but of the vampire empire. The only species known to have successfully established colonies outside their home system pre-FTLT. The vampires were feared and expected to be on the threshold of unconstrained expansion. Instead, the vampires rapidly fell onto the brink of extinction. Once the shock was past, the humans were asked why they did not stop or at least mitigate the actions of the felines. Near extinction was a high price to pay for even the vampires, after all. The humans who had revolutionized the galaxy, not once but twice, admitted that even they had limits. Like trying to herd cats became a galaxy-wide phrase for attempting the nearly impossible. So, given the casual power the humans have proven to wield, why are they so free with not just their history and culture, but even with their technology? At every stage when the humans have opened themselves up to cooperation with other species, they've only benefited from it. Early human bonding with canines forever changed their evolution. The near-simultaneous breakthroughs of both FTLC and meaningful communications with their fellow Terran intelligences is suspected of not being a coincidence. With the announcement of the Milky Way Wide Web, or MW3 for short, promising near real-time face-to-face communications across and between galactic communities, the humans show no signs of slowing down. Given the human propensity for finding strength in diversity, and the rapidly evolving relationship with their newly birthed artificial intelligences, anyone not trying their best to copy the humans' methods are rapidly becoming irrelevant. Given all of this, what makes you think that continuing to enslave most of our population is a good idea? Despite first impressions, humans have proven to be anything other than stupid. Humans are puzzling, contradictory, and are even the definition of the term oxymoronic. But morons they are not. Can we say the same? Beginning remarks by Lur of Omicron to open Day 2 of the final conclave of the Kings of Omicron. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Everything I used is in the description below. If there's a story you'd like to hear narrated, let me know and I'll reach out to the author and see if we can make that happen. Thanks again. It's a scary world out there. But remember, to be brave and look up, to seek the stars.